Nice. Turn. Awesome. Can you tip like move around? Hi guys, I go by the name Eniola, creative director any Gili craft, and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, I teach you how to tie Gili properly and also how to make money tying. And on today's episode, I will be teaching you how to tie a very beautiful style. So how do we pick the style? My model is going to be choosing from the quiz box. She will be picking one style out of 5 papers wrapped up together, and contained in that style will be the style we are going to be doing today. So stay glued to your screen. And so in the studio with me today is my beautiful, stunning model, Rachel. Rachel.
Hi.
Hi Rachel, you're welcome to the studio. Yeah, and I hope you're ready to rock any Gili as a brand. Oshé, Gigi. So Rachel, do you have like a particular style you would, like to rock on your wedding day? I mean, your wedding day, the main day. Let's go.
Well, there are lots of beautiful bridal styles, but personally, I would love to look unique with a day. I would love to work with like an artist to make me look unique and beautiful.
Yeah, and that's actually very important. Sometimes I feel like most people you can actually have what you want, but it's always much more I would like put it professional to leave the stylist to do their thing.
Yeah.
Or even if you have something you want them to do for you, you just show them and just let them do their thing. Gili is art, so an art is something that has to be created. It has to be something that comes from within, not something that you throw in someone's head and they bring. Do you understand? So it's always expressive. So although you can have your selection, but even when you have your selection, let the person do their job, which is a very good one. And it shows you value your stylist. It shows you understand and you respect their craft. You know, to trust them. So guys, for the parts you all have been waiting for, you're gonna be picking one out of these 5 papers. So whichever one you're picking will contain the style we're doing today. Are you ready? Alright. Oh nice. Okay. So guys, we will be doing a bridal style and she will be picking a generic style of bridal style. And it's about to go down. Any Gili craft. So first thing first, you want to make sure your edges are well laid. You want to make sure you lay them properly and you lay them firmly. Make sure you're using a quality edge control gel and make sure you're using a strong or medium texture brush. I highly recommend a medium texture brush so you don't get to hurt your model or your client's cap. So using a medium texture brush helps a lot, and you have to, press it gently to make sure all those edges are laying properly well. And you can do them over and over again. And once you're done laying your edges, then your Gili should be ready to, tie. So once you're done laying your edges, you want to, pick up your Gili, and now we're going to be doing our base. So for this style of Gili, you need a 2/4 length of material. Standard length is 2/4, which is also 90 inches. And also your formula will be 45-55. So get your 90 inches long Gili and get your 45-55, which is folding in 2 halves and working on one of the side of the Gili, which is when you fold in 2 halves, you make it 50-50. You take out one side on your left, then you measure your 45-55. For those of you who don't know how to do the measurement, kindly watch my previous videos, which is some of my videos where I showed where I was measuring my Gili. So for this style of Gili, I'll be doing a round base pleat. It's been a while we did a round base pleat, but this is what we'll be needing for this style of Gili. Alright, so once you're done arranging the front, making your base pleats, then you come to the back and you open up. So after you open up, you want to collect your pleat on both ends, which is collect your pleat from the shorter end and the longer end. So for this style of Gili, you have both shorter and longer end. So I recommend 45-55, and sometimes you can also use 50-50 for this particular style of gili. If you're using a shorter gili, you can use 50-50. Make sure you're using 45-55 or 50-50. So this is a very long gili, and that is why I agreed to use 45-55, but it wouldn't matter anyway because we just need the top to, come together. Always have in mind that you need to always arrange and rearrange if necessary. Your base pleats should always be looking so neat. Make sure they are looking neat before you move further to the next step. So now we're moving further to the next step. Now you want to pick your pleat. So now you'll be picking 4 pleats, a minimum of 4 pleats, maximum of 6 pleats on top of it. So make sure you arrange your pleats to the middle of the head. Make sure your gili gets to the middle of the head before you pick from the top. So I'll be picking from the top, but before I pick, I'm going to have to pin down. So the pin is going to help me hold down, simply because I have to take the other side of the gili and I have to do the same thing before I, fold the gili together and tie. So for this gili, you're going to be tying on top of the model's head, which is in front. So let's pick the other side. Now you pick the same amount of pleats. You can pick 4 pleats, which is minimum, and you can pick 6 pleats, which is maximum for you. But if you're a pro, you can pick more than 6. So you grab the 2 ends of the fabric on top, then you fold down, and once you fold down, you make sure you knot your gili together. Make sure you tie it properly and firmly, and whilst you're tying it, make sure your model is holding it on both sides of the ear for you so it doesn't get to shift. Now that you're done tying, you are going to be picking pleat on both sides of the gili, which is the right hand side and the left hand side. So you can choose to start anywhere, but for me, I'll be picking first from the left hand side. So you pick your pleats. Make sure you pick your pleats. You don't have a particular numbers of pleats, just in case you're using a 3 away or 4 away, which is 3 joinings or 4 joinings, or you're using a loom design of gili. You can decide how many pleats you want to pick. After picking your pleats in front, always ensure to pull in. By pulling in, you lock down your pleats. You lock them down, and so nothing can happen to your pleats and it stays firm. So once you're done pleating, once you're done pulling in, you come back to the front and you make the second part of the gili. You make the pleat on the second part of the gili. So make your pleats the same way you pleated the first side, and make sure you pleat them correctly and make sure you pick them perfectly well. Let your pleats be equal, let them lay on top of each other, and make sure that they are evenly spaced. So make your pleats, and also you're going to have to go to the back and lock it down. But how do you lock it down in this case? So once you get to the back, make sure you keep picking your pleats. You still need to pick your pleat at the back, because for this side of the gili, you need to pick your pleats to the back itself, like the folds of the back. Make sure you pick them correctly. Don't just squeeze your gili and fold them in the back. Just make sure you pick your pleats, make sure your work is neat, and do the needful. So guys, once you're done picking all your pleats to the back, this is how you squeeze it in and pin it down. Now back to the front. Now we want to start picking our ruffles. So you make sure you pin down some of the parts you cannot hold yourself. And how do you pick your ruffles? Slightly bend the material on top of each other using your thumb, and you fold them down each other. Systematically take your thumbs on top of each other while holding the material. That is how you make your ruffles. You repeat this process all through the ruffles picking, and make sure you're squeezing your ruffles properly until you're getting the shape you want. So on the other end, first arrange your pleats properly. Arrange your pleats, ensure that they are well, laid down and just the way you want it. So then once you're done, you want to repeat the same thing we did at the first side. So picking your ruffles, you're going to be using the same technique and pattern to pick your ruffles. Lay them on top of each other, one thumb on top of each other systematically, and you keep repeating it until you're done laying your ruffles. If you're a first-time viewer on this channel, don't forget to join the family. Kindly click the subscribe button, and here we teach you how to tie Gili and how to make money tying Gili. Trust me, tying Gili is a priceless skill. I mean, once you know how to do this, you can always use it to make money wherever you are. Gili is something that goes hand in hand with fashion. Gili itself is a fashion statement, so why not learn how to tie Gili today by clicking the subscribe button and join the family. And here we teach all styles. So guys, once you're done, make sure you pin correctly and make sure you're doing your finishing correctly. So pin down where necessary. Guys, make sure your finishing is also top notch. Make sure you're adjusting, you're fixing any parts you don't like, any parts that is not really giving what you want. Make sure you do it until you are satisfied, until your Gili is looking flawless and stunning. I mean, look at this Gili. This Gili is giving everything called vibes, everything called fashion, everything. I mean, you just name it, this Gili is everything actually. So keep adjusting until you're done, and once you're done, your Gili should be looking flawless. Alright guys, I hope you love this video and I hope you learned everything I taught here. And so once you're done, make sure you pack the back, pin down, make sure you tidy up the back and make it look neat and nice.
Guys, wow, this is wonderful. I love my Gili. Any Gili every day.
She let them know. Jack Palmer. Thank you so much. Smile. Beautiful.